What's up? Hey, what you up to? Alright. So we got the sun. We got someone seeing the light. Maybe they see that you're the light, or that you bring light beings. You bring light with you. You know, dark light. You know, light. White light. You know? Maybe you are deaf to the void, to the darkness, and you bring light, you know, with you. You ride the pale horse, you know. So you're death and rebirth, you know. You are the blood son of God, you know, you are the blood of the sun. You are the truth. You are one, you know. The horse, the boy, and the sun. And that goes down into sunflowers. On the steps, I'm just a bill. On the steps, Julius Caesar. Yeah. So, out of the death of Julius Caesar, a horse and a boy came through. Yeah. Or maybe when you came through, you brought maybe in the mountains, somewhere in your past. So maybe there's light being brought on to maybe you being from the mountains, or you have I have a past in the mountains. I have a couple different pasts in the mountains. Be truthful about it. But but you have maybe the old country, as in like Europe, them mountains. But maybe you bring light to something that was in the mountains, or something that people maybe you brought light to something people missed in the mountains, and people are going back to the mountains to see it, or there was something that you had to go back to the mountains for in your past, and it's like missing out of your timeline. Like there's a moment missing, you know what I mean? Like everything's there, just one little tidbit there that you bring light to, that, you know, maybe people try to hide or cover up. You know, they try to turn their back from. Maybe you had a son in the mountains and people tried to deny it, or you had a child in the mountains. Yeah, possibly. Maybe someone was looking for you in the mountains in the past. Or maybe you bringing light to something you walked away from, or that other people walked away from. This King of Swords is very interested in, or you're in this King of Swords in energy. You're in this King of Swords energy, where everybody is walking away from talking about things, or trying to leave this subject alone, or whatever. You keep bringing light to it and keep talking about it, and people are having to turn, you know, they're having to face these things because they keep coming up. Maybe people are in defense, you know, about something that you brought up, or something that they seen that has, maybe it has people like turning away from them. Maybe like a lot of people from the mountains came down here. Why would they do that? It's like migrating almost, huh? Strange enough. But you got somebody in your past that maybe they even moved to the mountains, that you knew as a boy, and they're in defense now. Like they're kind of like on guard, you know. Maybe a King of Pentacles, maybe somebody about their money. So you might have somebody that's in the industry or in banking or something like that, that is in defense and about their money, and maybe their rank, their position, and maybe this is something that they thought they walked away from and didn't have to deal with anymore, and now there's light being brought back to this, and they're again being in defense. Maybe they paid for your defense in the mountains, and no one let you know that they did, and you never, like, you went to court for 4 years, went to court almost, yeah, two, I don't know, like almost 2.5 to 3 something years, right? Which is weird because time, and then I've spent like 2 years somewhere else, and then a year and a half here. Like, how did I do all that in 3 years? I don't know, because it matches up to like 5 or 6 different years, and almost 7 years until, and all 7 years is missing. Hello, what's up? Dot magic. I changed time, y'all. Woo woo. I changed time, and someone, because they're obviously, y'all know that they're like, I got the Starlink in me, and then whatever thing, or hooked up to the Starlink somehow. But that they watched me do something where I changed time, and they like took it out of my memory and literally like covered it up where I can't see it. So I don't even know how to do my own magic, man. But this person's scared about magic. Maybe paid for magic in defense, and people, or maybe pay for magic. They pay for magic to attack you with, and people are walking away from that. Maybe people are starting to see that they're not wanting to do magic on me anymore, or do magic on a person anymore. You know, like there's nothing in it. Like, there's a little return from doing this magic on you, like death magic, curses, anything like that. It's not even worth the money. Like, and people are in defense about this because there's some people out there that are just they really won't turn their back on you. Like, they're just waiting for that time where someone slips and like lets their guard down where they can get in, and like, this is really what they do. It's called sales, y'all. Domestic, homeland, terrorism, whatever. People do this, man. They throw magic and they attack, and they attack in the metaverse. They attack in with electronics, with EMPs. They pay for this. They research these things. Obviously, you had a whole world war with guys that all they did was hunt for magic. That's all the Nazis did. It was look for the best magic, and what magic, and God. You know what I mean? And everybody went to war against this person. It's one person, one person that they were going against, because they don't talk about really no one else, really, except once they get into the war part of it. But it's all about just one person that, don't even know his name. It's just a dolphin. A dolphin is a psychic killer. It's a little word of works there, buddy. A dolphin hit list. So a mercenary's hit list. He was a mercenary in World War II, and they say that is me, or Walt did it, which is really weird. Nobody wants to admit that there's a bunker still right in there in normal society. You know, because they want to what? Balance things out. I was on my Z. I thought about something. Jew Camp. JWCOON. Jew on campus. Puzzles, baby. Solve, motherfuckers. Come on. What is up with y'all, man? This wasn't a game for y'all to play. It was a personal game for me. From my murderer, from my killer. And y'all been playing for 40 years. I've never even got to play it. Strange enough. Oh, so many regrets. So many regrets. So, so now they're trying to do magic now to balance it. They regret trying to unbalance me, and by throwing waves of magic and energy at me. Because what? Like I said, money is slowed up, and the people that were paying and that were kind of in defense of me, like, really have walked away. They see the light of my magic, and that is actually good and balances out the craziness of y'all. And they in regret for trying to break up a relationship and multiple relationships for money. And because, you know, they wanted to see something or do this or that, you know, and they felt like they were being passed by. You know how friends are. But you never had a friend like me where it includes your friends and everybody else, because I don't even have friends. So if you make me as a friend, hey, I become more than a friend. I become your star. Because I can really put it into both worlds. Because I am the hangman. I am the man. The tall T. The talisman. I say it's a tall T, but it's a, well, it looks like more like an IJL. Man standing, what, tall? With a bright light, with a flaming head. With a light head, a god head. And do you see the angle where it crosses? Strange enough. It does go into my hand. It goes into my right hand. Me right hand, man. There we go. Where did I come from? Where did I go? Where did I come from? Cotton Eye Joe. Just all of a sudden, sudden pop up out of nowhere to God's calling. Just woke up all of a sudden and could hear me, could hear my voice. Calms you right down. Yummy. You heard my voice and it calms you down. Brought you back to reality. That's cool. That I have a strong calling. I have a starseed calling. Like I have a strong calling for, I don't know, being a leader, being a helper, you know, being loved, being in a with someone, you know, having a family, helping people, guiding people, like, you know, helping sending good magic to balance out all the bad magic in this world, and not being afraid of regret and letting, you know, and things that pass by, because knowing that if something truly passes by me and it's supposed to pass by me, then it'll come back, or what, you know, what I need or what I want will come by and actually stop. It won't pass by me. So if there's something that has passed by me, you know, so be it. I don't care. I really don't care. It'll come back. And remember, there's life after death. So your karma can be paid back in death also, and DARPA can be paid. So I mean, what you do here can also, is also gonna affect what happens in other worlds. And maybe I have someone that understands that. It's my yin and my yang, my Lady Death. My world has my world in her hands, or knows that she can control my world if she wanted to, because I am nothing but just a man. And I don't know, I've always been the one like a strong woman, because I'm a strong man. I'm empire. I got an empire. I need a strong woman to run it that's good with money, and this is some exuberant star that is really good with money, that has money, that's maybe even has maybe she was called to my light, looks as me. Maybe it's someone that I might even have a relationship with them or know them, so they know of me. Maybe they're I know their pa, or they just see me as a good leader, as a good ruler, and that maybe she wants to be my guiding light. Maybe she wants to be my hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites. Maybe she wants me to be her god. So maybe she wants to be her man. Her manatees. And maybe I just am the king of the underground, and I am really the guiding light of death. I'm guiding ghosts and beings of sorts to different places, and they're helping me, all in the same. The devil, someone that a lot of people are scared of, but I see as a friend. He even wears my crown on his head. Ain't that cool? Someone that fights for me, it's coming my way. Someone that has people tied to them, that are very loyal, that they know that will can get through to me, or get their message to me, maybe about some money that they've been holding. Maybe the devil has some money for me, been holding on to something or something worth money, worth worth wealth. There's something that's wealthy, that's just worth, it has sentimental, it's priceless, it's whatever. But this is some kind of communication about money from the devil, that maybe they got these people locked up that were scamming me, that were trying to pretend to be me. Maybe I showed light on that, and maybe it's helped other people, and I've solved other crimes all in the same. And they were blocking communication and money from coming towards me, and even pretending to be me, and got multiple people trapped because of this. And I've actually shined light on this empire that they had, this ring, I don't know, this 3-ring circus they had going on here, this VPN stuff that was making them pretty good money, and making them stars, and enough to where they were literally living off of it, and even like getting other people involved, you know, and getting them trapped in this, like, and getting them like hypnotized, kind of like doing witchcraft and hypnotistic magic on them. And like, you were the one that like kind of like you like broke the balance on this, like you broke their levy on this, and it's stopped all their money coming in. And because of this, these people that were sitting back now are now what, focused on you and like kind of ready to attack, because they're regretting some things and seeing things pass them by, and people that are what, now walking away from them because they see the light. Peace.